Hello, Gemini. This is Kamara with the Black Dove Oracle. Welcome to your 30-day forecast. I'm doing this for all zodiac signs, so please make sure that you check your sun, your moon, your ascendant, and any other planetary positions that you think might be beneficial. So, Gemini, let's get to your reading. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to check the overall energy for the next 30 days. And then we will check your relationships, your career, your finances. And then we'll do a message from your future self. Just anything that you want to relay to yourself from the future. Okay. All right. So let's get my chair over a little bit. Let's go to the general overall energy for the next 30 days that Spirit wants to communicate to you. For Gemini, what's the overall energy for the next 30 days? Oh, you kind of got a few cards, but let's just see what they are. Oh, Two of Air, which is Two of Swords. And then we have the Ace of Air, which is the Ace of Swords. So, Gemini, you're going to be a lot in your own energy. You're going to be really thinking about something that maybe you have to make a decision on. In terms of a new beginning, even. But let's get some other cards and see what else Spirit wants to communicate. So, in the next 30 days for Gemini, what's coming up around this Ace of Swords and Two of Swords? A decision about a new beginning. Yeah. So you have this Nine of Pentacles that came in reverse. Nine of Pentacles is usually reaching that place where you feel very good about your success. You feel very good about your material life. You have the Two of Pentacles here. It may feel like right now, the energy in the next 30 days is going to feel like you have such a longing, Gemini, to feel secure in your life. But it does feel like you've been juggling a lot lately. I don't know if it's finances, but it could be. Um, it it also could be impacting your relationship right now. And so Spirit is saying in the next 30 days, you're really going to be looking at everything. Like, what are we spending? What are we saving? What am I contributing to the household? There might be some questions coming up like that. And the overall energy is you're wondering, should I get a new job? Should I transfer here? There's a lot of plans around finances that you're really looking at. You're wondering, should I stay where I'm at or take a chance and start something new? Like sometimes even within the same company, you go to a different department, you could risk the relationships you had in the last department, right? And you go to a new department, people don't work as well together. There could be something that blindsides you. So I think these are some of the things, just those are just examples, but those are things that you might be worried about if you decide to make a change that's brand new. Okay, let's go to your relationships. Two of Cups did come up. So some of you might be in a relationship and talking to your partner about this, but let's just see. For relationships for Gemini in the next 30 days, what is it that they need to be aware of? You have the Page of Swords in reverse. You have the Eight of Swords upright. You have Dr. Buzzard, Justice, upright. Some of you might be in some kind of legal separation. And Spirit is saying for some of you that in which a relationship is ending, to know that you're not a prisoner. You are not under control. No one has control over you. You need to do what's best for you in this situation. What if they are single? If you are single, it's time to look at what is it that you actually want in a relationship, single or separating. What is it that you actually want to manifest in a relationship? There's something here. Spirit is just like, what do you want? Not what you don't want. Yeah. And even here with the ancestors card, it's very important for you right now to look at patterns, patterns that you have upheld in relationships, as well as patterns that you may have learned from your family. Because why, Spirit? Because Spirit is saying here that you very much could have everything that you want in a relationship. Big Mama's the sun. You could have the relationship. You can even have the child if you wanted to. But there's something here about just looking at some of your behavior patterns, Gemini, and making sure you're working through those or not repeating them, from your lineage. Yeah. For some of you, it's dealing with addictive, obsessive behavior in relationships, limerence, or just kind of like unhealthy attachments in relationships. Looking at why is that the vibe sometimes, just for some of you, that could be something you need to look at, that kind of devil energy that keeps you bound to people, keeps you codependent. That might be something that some of you will be looking at as a pattern you want to heal. Okay. So let's go to your careers, because some of the readings started on that already, right? But what does Spirit have to say about your career? Queen of Cups and Page of Swords in reverse. I think Spirit is saying here, Gemini, that it's going to be very important to you to love what you're doing. To love what you're doing. For it to be something that you could talk about all the time with a smile on your face. You feel very inspired by this work because it's so easy to decide to sign yourself up for something that will cause you a lot of anxiety, that will cause you to feel overwhelmed. It's so easy for you to think, oh, maybe that job is the best for me. Maybe because it gives me a little bit more money a year. But Spirit is saying it's important that you love what you do, that you can hold it up and be proud of this work. Very interesting. Anything else? Ooh, yes. And it's going to be important, Gemini, for you to have colleagues that potentially could also be your friends. Not everybody wants that, not everybody can have that, but for you it's going to be important, these networks. um, but I'm saying they're more than just networks, people that you would hang out with after work. There's something here about having a strong, some of you might already have that, or others of you need to develop that. And to understand that the Five of Swords, just because one company, one department, whatever your situation is, kind of works in a very doggy dog competitive fashion, that's not everyone. There are places where you can work where it's healthy, where the relationships are healthy, where people get along, where people want to see each other win. You know what I'm saying? So that's your career. Let's look at finances. Okay. Because I think Spirit is kind of low key saying, Gemini, you might be looking at career changes or job changes. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to be convinced that every workplace is toxic. You can find something that isn't. Yeah. You can even find something that is equitable when it comes to the workload, because you have been working hard, but I don't know if you've been seeing the results of your hard work. And here it is. I mean, the finances, it's coming through as reach out, go to those places where you are wanted. I don't know. Spirit just was like, I want to say that. Go to where you are wanted. Go to where you are nurtured. Even in the background here, you can see numbers on a board. Go where you can be developed, that people are taking an interest in you and your career and your development. You may meet someone like this soon, even in an interview process. Someone who would be a boss that's really wanting to see you elevate. What else, Spirit? Finance wise, you are going to be, if you take this route, you will be on top of the wheel of fortune. You really will be. But you've got to align yourself with things that you actually love, that you have a passion for, but also to be in an environment that is not super competitive, that's not toxic, where you have an opportunity to develop yourself. That is going to put you on the path for the kind of money you need to make. Sometimes we find that our money goes really quickly when we're unhappy at work. We're on the weekends, we're just trying to buy some peace, right? We're trying to buy some some sense of like belonging. And I think Spirit is saying here that your finances are impacted by your unhappiness at work. So the best thing you could do here, Gemini, is to find that place. You have the King of Wands here. King of Wands, the energy is always setting out for a new adventure, being in your power, understanding that sometimes it's worth the battle. Sometimes it's worth the fight. Sometimes it's worth going towards the things that you have great amount of passion for. That's how you need to embody that energy, that leadership, things that you feel aligned with, things that you can fight for, you know? At the bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Don't move too quickly. You know, Spirit is saying you may want to do quite a few interviews, check out quite a few different jobs, because the one that really fits is going to feel like a big fat yes in your body, in your gut. It's going to feel like a yes. But you know, don't, because you know, in interviews people give you a lot of false promises. You know, sometimes they're like, we're like a big family, and then you start there and there's, I don't know what family this is. So you know, making sure that even in the interview process and outside of the interview process, you know, talking to people who've worked at this company or this department, you know, get a real solid good feel before you say yes. And again, Spirit is saying that yes should come from within you. When you interview, when you get the offer, it should come as a big yes from within inside of you. Okay, so why don't we see what your future self has to say, Gemini? What is the message from the future self for Gemini for the next 30 days? Because there will be some kind of job offer, some kind of opportunity coming your way. Your future self is saying, yes, slow down. 4 of Cups. Don't take the very first offer you get. Investigate it. See what the work culture is really, truly like. Kind of do, if it's in your same company, do some sneak visits. You know what I'm saying? Ask some people who've been in that department before. If it's a brand new company, go on websites like Glassdoor. Read all the reviews. I mean, sometimes you have to take them all with a grain of salt, but read everything and go back and ask the people you're interviewing, you know, I'm looking at your Glassdoor. I don't know if you feel comfortable saying that, or you could just ask them about different things like, oh, you know, because maybe you see on Glassdoor, this is just an example, y'all, but maybe you see on Glassdoor, they're like, they always want you to work overtime and not pay you. That's something you can ask in the interview. You know, how much overtime are we working? Is that something that we get compensated for? You know, things like that. If it's a place that loves you, Spirit is saying they won't have a problem answering those questions. Yeah, because right now, I think wherever you are right now, you're very unhappy with it. But the beauty of the 5 of Cups is that there are cups behind you, ready for you to take advantage of. There are people who actually want you in their community, in their organization, in their company. There are people who want you. So if you're unhappy right now, Gemini, You can change that situation. There is. Yeah, look. You can just kind of embody that King of Cups energy. And here I like that the King of Cups is blowing through the shell. The what is that called? The is it a conch shell? I don't. They're blowing through that shell. It's like an announcement, right? So this might be spirit too saying that you need to put your feelers out. You need to tell people, I'm kind of looking to move. I'm looking to develop myself in this area. Do you know of any jobs, any positions? Because you should put your feelers out. Somebody may have something for you, Gemini. Okay. So, Gemini, this was powerful. You're making moves. And I think you have the support of the universe. There's no need to stay unhappy and endure. You don't need to endure, but it also to take your time and find the very right fit. So, Gemini, if you resonate with any or part of this reading, can you give me a thumbs up? It's really a simple way for you to just kind of engage in the reciprocity of these readings because they are free, you all, and people are giving their energy. And I don't understand YouTube, like why people just don't like, because it's a simple thing to do. It doesn't trace back to you. Or, we don't know who likes, who dislikes, but it's, if you like the way that I read, please consider subscribing and then clicking the bell, because then you will get notified when I upload new readings. And if this is where we part, thank you so much for letting me read for you. I really felt like it's an honor to read for all of the signs. It was a bit of a marathon, but I loved it. And I will check you later in some future readings. Take care.